Alright guys, so let's get going. There was this message that I put there. In fact, well, the main thing is that I was told by the management to create a single machine as well, so we could do some labs on a single SQL server as well, and so students could do some labs. Well, the main thing was that. Um, so that's why I was planning to start this, Azure for students. But I can see. So guys, these are the steps that I have written here, and I'm so obviously you have followed those steps, and please make sure that we follow these steps. And obviously you did. It is now somehow working. Oh, so Jacob says it's working. So guys, the plan, as we all, I just mentioned that in WhatsApp as well, on Blackboard as well, that the plan is that if we could have one SQL machine which with very low CPU and RAM, so it could survive even longer, and we could do some labs that does not require two SQL servers. So for that, well, I was just mentioning. So guys, the thing number one is what we need to do. Let me just go back to the slide here. We need to let's create a new free student subscription in GB Azure, right? So this is what we need to do. And I was able to create another free subscription with $100, and some of the students have tried, and some of you, okay, so it is labeled as student starter subscription. Yes, Jacob, and after that you can go to virtual machine, Jacob, and can you see if you can create a new virtual machine? If you can see the first page of that, you can just try to confirm that. Go to portal menu and then try to create a virtual machine. Well, students are still arriving, and okay. Okay, guys. So here, what I'm trying to say is that let's get a new student subscription, which many of the students were able to do. So obviously, everyone is supposed to be able to do that. So let's follow those steps and then check out what is the message there, and you could just give me that message on WhatsApp, as some of the students have already put that message on WhatsApp. Why are we doing this lab to do together? So I was told by the management that include some labs, and for that, these Azure is the only resource available for us all. So I just wanted to show you how to install a new. Okay, thank you, Jacob, for confirming. So you can create a virtual machine. So it's a starter package, and you should be having $100 again available, and that much worth services you can use in Azure. So guys, for that, let's try to go for the Azure subscription together. And once more, even if you've just tried that, we need to reach here, and we need to click this Azure for Students, and the steps are there in WhatsApp as well. But if you have already done it, says you're not eligible, then still try to check out one of the areas that I'm going to show you. So in fact, let's just do it together, guys. So hopefully everyone's on the home page here, or the portal right now. Hopefully everyone's there on the home page or portal. We all need to do that. And I would need some screenshots. So let's do it together, everyone, right? And let's click that. Oh, Amir says he cannot hear me. Everyone else can hear me? Okay. So everyone else is able to hear. And Amir, I can. Oh, okay, thanks. So Amir, please Okay. So what we can do it together now, guys? It says unknowledgeable for student or starter student. Eric says. Eric, can you just put the picture just like other students in WhatsApp as well? And but guys, those who got this not eligible for student or starter student. So please, you can just follow once more with me as well. So some students are able to do that and others are not. So that's very strange for me. And I don't know what Microsoft is pulling here. Okay, so guys, let's just do it together once, and then you can just let me know that where are you stuck, right? So I could also inform the management, because management told me that hey, at least introduce some, let them do some labs and give them access to some kind of lab. Well, I wish I had I wish I was Bill Gates and I could give access to any kind of lab for all the students of the planet Earth. But what I can do is what I'm doing now. So let's go ahead, guys. Let's go to the portal menu here, everyone. Let's go to the portal menu here, everyone. Even if you have tried that, just try it with me once more, right? And what error you get as a dead end kind of thing. So please take a screenshot of that. I need those screenshots of what error you got. So let's click that portal menu here, and then go way down to cost management plus billing. Let's go, everyone, down to cost management plus billing. You are not eligible. Eric shows. Okay, thank you, Eric. Sign up for pay-as-you-go. No way. Okay, so cost management and billing. And in the cost management and billing, I see overview here. And in the overview, I do have pay-as-you-go, but I have Azure for Students. Now, maybe that is appearing to me because, well, I did use that 2 years ago as well. But I don't know why I'm able to do that again. Oh yeah, it's the next year. So Azure for Students, right? So I was able to just create that. Now I'm going to go to subscription. So let's everyone go to the subscriptions. Whether if you got the error still, just try to do that. So once you click the subscriptions here, then click new subscription. Let's go for that. Let's just try that again, guys. So once you click the subscriptions, so I went for portal menu, then I went for cost management plus billing, and then I went to subscriptions, and the steps are there in WhatsApp as well. So I'm just going to click new subscription here. Once you click the new subscription, do we all see all that right now? Oh, Yusuf says I cannot even see all that. Yusuf, you cannot see cost management, or you cannot see the previous page to this. So everyone can see this Azure for Students. Anyone cannot see this Azure for Students? Okay, Amir says yes. Okay, I hope everyone is able to see the Azure for Students, right? So everyone's supposed to follow. Once you see Azure for Students, Hamid shows you are not eligible to renew Azure for Students. Okay. Amir, are you able? Who said that he was able to have Azure for Students again? One of you said that. Never mind, I got it now. Oh, okay. So, okay, guys, let's click the select offer. Let's click the select offer. So go ahead and click the select offer, and once you click the select offer, what you see there, if it's the exact same screen that you've already showed, so it takes me here. Start building the future with Azure for Students, and there's a green activate now button here. So do we all see that green button? Do we all see that green button? So Amir is able to see that. Eric is able to see that. Okay. Do we all see this? You are now eligible to renew Azure for Students. Is okay, Mincio. So you're actually seeing that. Can you take that picture, Min? Oh, okay, there you go. So guys, go. Those who can see activate now, can you click activate now? Eric, you see activate now, but you did mention that you were not able to. I mean, sign up for student starter. Yes, sign up for student starter, exactly. So Eric, did you see that you're not eligible to? Then you try it again, and then now you see activate now. I can get to that menu, but it doesn't work. Oh, okay. So guys, I'm gonna click the activate now here for students or starter student. Yeah, it's a starter student. Eric, do you see starter student? Gideon says shows you're not eligible to renew Azure for students. Hamid, oh, should I choose the redeem student credit? So guys, if you see this screen, so redeem student credits, yes. If anyone sees this screen, activate offer. So go for starter student first of all, and then click the activate offer, redeem student credits. If you just go now to Azure services, then you should be able to do that. For student or starter. Okay, Eric says yeah, and then Eric says but it doesn't work. So Eric, when you click student starter, you're saying it does not work. Okay, I'm seeing screenshots here. How did we get there? Oh, Dylan, yeah, you were late. But it is not eligible. Should I choose the redeem? First, not 5, first 10. Everyone was here, right? Okay, Dylan, see this? Because you know I won't be going way back, so you can Dylan see this. Hopefully you're seeing this. Portal, go to cost management and click new subscriptions. When I click the activate now, nothing is showing up. Okay, Jericho says, and John says me as well. And why are students coming late? It's hard to be dealing with Azure 1 week, VM another, and so on. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was not. I was not planning to do that, but the management says that, hey, can you provide at least one virtual machine to all the students? So that's why I'm just trying to do that again. You know, so at least we can say that, hey, we tried. We tried to get another machine, very simple machine. Okay, so didn't see this. Go to cost management, and then go to subscriptions, right? Once you click subscriptions, click new subscription. So all the steps are there, guys, in the WhatsApp as well. I put the step-by-step there as well, and on OneNote as well. Okay, so new subscription, when you click that, then you should be seeing, or you should all be seeing this Azure for Students, right? So click that, select offer, and then you should be on, when I click the select offer, Azure for Students, go ahead and click that select offer. Activate now, right? So then click activate now. So, wow, man, people are coming 15 minutes late, and should I not start the class till 15 minutes? So then guys, just let me know. Okay, Gideon was giving the last screenshot. Then you do not have access. Kingsley says you do not have, sorry, but our system. Let me just show you that, guys. Anyone seeing this? Sorry, but our systems are detecting a problem with your account and are unable to validate your access. Please contact support and reference the following transaction. Oh. Okay, so yeah, it's well, it would have been better if they had given us remote access to their machines. Other than that, you're not eligible. Andrew is saying that. Jericho is showing a page. Okay, so okay, it didn't say is not eligible. Okay, guys, so well, those screenshots, guys, I want you to send it to me, email it to me, right? So the management was saying that, hey, please create a virtual machine so the students can practice at least, right? So please send me your not eligible error screenshot on. Okay, then we get back to our topic, right? So I'll just put that message there. Well, we tried, and I really want to. I'm all about doing labs and hands-on. All my other courses in other colleges and private ones, I go in-depth hands-on with pretty much every lab. You can see in Exchange server how we're going. I go even more than that. So anyway, guys, so I'm just gonna put that message there, and I would need your screenshots for that. So every one of you tried, and I just need your screenshots, guys. And if you have sent that, please go ahead and send that. Then we could just carry on with our rest of the topics. So, but we get the idea here that you know what, there were two. Heydong was able to create a new subscription or another free student, and some of you, I guess you have that, but majority of you don't have it. So maybe Microsoft has a quota for whether to give another $100 for the student or not. So they have that quota available. So guys, just email me. I hope you are done with the email, or please go ahead and do that, or save this error. I just need that. Okay, so Khalid has sent me, Hamid has sent me already. I'm seeing on the other screen. So I just need that screenshot for not eligible by, everyone, those who have tried. So please, Dylan has sent me, Minseok has sent me. Okay, cool. So everyone, please send me that screenshot and not eligible error screenshot, right? Amir has sent me. Okay, confirming. So that if you have sent me that, let's go ahead with our topics. But please, everyone, go ahead and send me that non-eligible screenshot, right? Okay, I'll put that message in. Okay, ready, has sent, received it. So 5 students are done sending, and just a lot more to send. So just grab that error of not eligible and go ahead, and then let's just carry on. So yeah, can I follow that with VMware? Yes, Hamid, if you're able to follow the lab with VMware, yes, please do. If you have created those 2 SQL Server, if you follow all the steps there, yeah, sure. So anyone else who wants to follow, yeah, can continue following where you were. So Nirvana, Andrew, yep, received from you guys as well. Okay, not eligible, yeah, got it. So yeah, so guys, hopefully you've all sent the non-eligible one, and let's just go ahead and follow the rest of the steps. Actually, they emailed me a student starter account. Oh, so student starter account, Eric, when you log into student starter account, is it different from the way you were logging in till now? Is it exactly the same? Guys, everyone who got the not eligible, can you now visit this? Can you all visit this cost management here? Can you all visit those who got the not eligible? Okay, got from Jericho and Gideon as well. So it is active for Eric. So cost management here, if I go, so guys, can you see here Azure for students, is it active? In fact, I would need a screenshot for this area as well. So everyone, please go to cost management plus billing after you have received the not eligible. After you have received the not eligible, just go for this overview and just make sure that what do you see there? So in overview, under my subscriptions, what do you see there? Okay, so for Eric, it is actually showing active. So guys, everyone, you can come to this area now, and Kingsley says disabled. Oh, okay. So it just shows disabled once, Kingsley. That's it. Dylan says disabled. Okay. So you don't see, guys, you don't see Azure for students, right? That's what I'm also thinking. And Harshan says disabled. That's all, right? Okay, got it. All right, guys. After you see the not legible error, you also see that it's just disabled in class management. That's what we are expecting when we get the not eligible. So, okay, thank you for confirming all that. Well, Harshan, no, it's okay. So you guys are confirming that you see the disabled there, and that's all. You don't see anything active there. So that's oh. So Yusuf has sent me a screenshot. Let me just show you guys here. Yusuf says that Azure for Student Starter, it's active. So for Yusuf, it is done. For Eric, it is done. So guys, before the next class, please try to do that again, cost management plus billing. So we could create one new machine for you. Nothing active for me, Harshan says. Should we send the screenshot? No. So guys, see this for Yusuf and Eric, I think. And anyone else seeing active? Guys, anyone else seeing active? I think Hey Dong was seeing active. He was able to do that. So some students are able to do that. I need to send this to Cyrus and Jackie so they could just figure out that. Okay, so Andrew also sees that. 3 students can see that, the active one. Everyone else can see this. Azure for Student Starter, active. So 3 students can see that. Oh, Brady, no, or Nirvana, me too. Says me too. Andrew. So Nirvana can see that, Brady can see that, Hamid can see that. Okay, now there are 7 students can see that. Okay. So guys, everyone please check and refresh the page. Please refresh the page. Please refresh the page. Active now. Kong says that. Khalid says, but when I try to start VM, it still says disabled. Oh, then it's a matter of time, I guess. Check your email. Everyone, please check your emails. George Brown emails. I think they have sent you a starter account. Everyone, please check your George Brown emails. I think they have already sent you. So Hamid says, check your email, Jericho. So guys, this is weird that you got the not eligible error, but still you got the student starter subscription active, which means that you should have. So those who got the Azure for Student Starter, you can just click on top of that, and I think you will see that $100 have been allocated. $100 worth of services have been allocated for you. If you click on top of that Azure for Student Starter, you will be able to see that. So it says, oh, it's because the previous VMs were registered on the old subscription. Okay, so Eric says, or the starter account is much more limited and the old VMs won't even start. Guys, we do not need old VMs because I'm going to create a new one, and old VMs are like we can consider as gone, or if you want to download them and upload them again, that's up to you. That's a big daunting task. But we're going to create a new machine, and it will be a much lighter SQL server. That's the plan. We need to create a new machine in this subscription, which is very light SQL server. So we can make new ones. Yes. So Yusuf, we're going to make one SQL server machine that is lighter. So guys, now I see that there are 7 or 8 students who have Azure for Student Starter, right? So what I'm thinking is that it is, okay, Harshan says active now as well. To free tier services only. Okay. for Azure Starter. Okay, great. Okay, Kingsley is also enabled. So now I see 9 students have already Azure for Student Starter. So this is good news. We're going to create a very light SQL Server machine, and we're going to connect from our laptop to that SQL Server machine, and hopefully it's not going to eat up the $100 worth of services usage soon. It's going to take some time. So I see 9 or 10 students who have now Azure for Student Starter. So this means that it's a matter of time, although you saw the not eligible error, but in the background it actually activated this subscription for you, right? So everyone got it. This subscription also expires for 1 month. Oh, okay. So guys, if everyone got it, I don't have any email. Okay, Jericho says. So this means so guys, if it's 9 or 10 students have already got it, so it's a matter of time before everyone else get it. So what we can do is we can carry on with our plan of creating a SQL Server. I'll record that obviously, and those who get the subscription later can follow the video and create that SQL Server machine step by step by following the video, right? So this means that we can go ahead with our plan of creating a single light SQL Server to do some labs. Everyone then will be able to do some labs there, right? Okay, same, I didn't get an email. John says, and Jericho says, okay. Working now. So for Minsyuk, also it's working now. Very good. And so guys, check your George Brown email, obviously. Don't go for your Gmail. Check your George Brown email. I'm sure you're checking your George Brown email, right? So okay, so yeah, refresh Khalid, and you might see that, and also refresh this area, cost management plus billing and overview. Refresh this area as well, right? So what I'm suggesting is now that we can, those who have Azure for Student Starter can follow me to create one simple SQL machine, and those who don't can watch the video, and now you have actually full 1 week in between. You can, anytime you can watch the video, follow the steps, and catch up to that one single SQL machine. So whatever queries we can run together, and you can give me the screenshots of your machine actually, right? So don't worry if you didn't get that till now, but just go through that process, the steps that I showed, and even if you get not eligible, just check anytime you might see an email, or just refresh here and keep coming back. So those who are not able to follow, don't worry, I'm not putting any time restriction there. When you are able to get the Azure for Student Starter, just follow the video steps for that, right? For Student Starter. Okay, so Jericho says no email. I just signed up for Student Starter. I have it now. Oh, there you go. Very good, very good. So I think 11 or 12 students have it now. Okay, guys. Instead of counting how many students are there, let's just start doing it now. We have enough students. This means that this works fine. Even if you get the not eligible error, it is still getting activated. So what I can say about this whole process is, welcome to Microsoft. Okay, yeah, obviously it was sarcastic. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to this, and so don't worry if you don't see that subscription there, but so you can just follow the video. I'll give you enough time for that. I'm not gonna consider it late submission. But guys, we need to get on with our lab as well. Those who are able to, please follow me, and those who are not able to till now, you need to catch up with us before the next class, which is after 1 week now, right? So you got one full, in fact, after 2 weeks there will be a next class or lab class, because after reading week you have midterm, right? So you got 2 weeks to catch up with us. So you got enough time, right? So just go through that process of eligibility and new subscription, and then check after some time. You should be seeing Azure for Students, because it's working for majority of us now. Okay, guys. So what we need to do, let me just show you the plan here. The plan is that we are in Azure Starter. So Azure Starter for students, and this could be shown as subscription 1 as well, or this could be shown as just this when we are creating a SQL server. So the plan here is to create a SQL server. So we're going to create a single SQL instance, and then how this works, this we don't need to create a virtual machine. We don't have to go through the process of creating a virtual machine like we did before. This is a process of just directly creating a SQL server and a database. This is another totally new process. Well, Azure has already introduced that way back, but for us it will be totally new. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a single instance. Then we will create a database and attach to this instance. So obviously this is new way. New for us, it's new way. For you guys, it will be new way. And then once you attach a database to a single SQL instance, and obviously this database will use least amount of CPU, RAM, HDD, right? And then what we can do is let's install Ssms. Let's download and install. So let's download and install. By now we should know that it is SQL Server Management Studio, or the client with which we connect to SQL Server. So let's download and install Ssms in our laptop or desktop. Suppose you have a laptop or desktop. So we need to download and in our laptop or desktop. Then once Ssms is installed in our laptop desktop, then we connect to our single SQL instance from our machine, right? So this is the plan that we're going to do, and you will be able to connect from your machine to an Azure SQL server, and then later we're going to do a lot of labs that does not require two SQL servers. Wherever two SQL servers are required, I will switch to my demo labs there, and wherever we can do it in single SQL server. So we're going to all start this machine and try to do the lab here, right? So that's the plan. Okay, so these are the steps, and let's try to then go ahead and create our SQL server. Now, hopefully more students would be seeing that starter package there in the cost management plus billing. And if I am there, one more thing I need to show you is this. If I click that Azure for Students, I'm going to click on top of that, right? Azure for Students. So then it says to check your remaining credit, visit this site. So Microsoft Azure sponsorships. So I'm just going to click that area here, right? And it says check your balance. So it's just logical steps there that nobody should be confused about that. Oh, where do you go? So I can see that it's just $100 showing there, and used none till now on one active subscription. So this is what you should be seeing when or whenever you want to see that. So I click that. So the main thing is you click just on top of the Azure for Students, and then click this link if you have that link. Hopefully you have that link. Okay, once that's that said, let's go for our SQL Server deployment. So that would be a quick one. Well, hopefully. So there's SQL servers on Azure types. There is Azure SQL, then there is Azure SQL Managed Instance, and then there is SQL on IaaS virtual machine. So right now what we have is, or what I have as working and you have as disabled, is SQL on IaaS, or Infrastructure as a Service virtual machine. But we can deploy SQL Server separately, which I'm going to show you now, or we're going to do that together now. So Azure SQL needs globally unique name, and then because this SQL will be available over the internet for us to connect to So that's why we will connect from our laptops and desktop to this SQL server. Well, overall, what happens is that if an app wants to connect to this SQL server, because it's going to be available over the internet, and obviously we're going to just change the username, password, or put strict ones, we can secure that over the internet. You can just connect to the SQL server. And these are some of the things that Microsoft managed platforms as a service. So you can just simply connect any service of Azure to the SQL server as well on internet, and also Azure SQL Managed Instance. So that is you can just create dedicate a physical server in Azure. So you can just pay a lot more. Big companies can pay a lot more. Hey Azure, I need a physical server dedicated only for my SQL server. So you can do that too. There, obviously, big companies would do that. And then SQL in virtual machine. This is what we did, and that you already know that how much RAM and CPU it requires. So the lab here. Let's create a single Azure SQL instance to do some labs there together. Okay. And we have done this part. Let's make sure we have new Azure subscription for students. And now we're just going to go for the next step, and that is let's create a separate SQL server in Azure, and then let's create a SQL database in Azure and connect to our SQL server. Okay, so it says I don't see any balance on student starter account. Ouch. Oh, so either you're having unlimited funds or no funds at all. I guess we're gonna know that now. We don't have access to the billing of it. Oh, okay. So you don't have access to the billing of it? Okay, got it. Thank you for updating that. Okay, guys. So either it is unlimited or it is very limited. So, okay, guys, let's do it, and we're gonna know now. Anyway, so what do we do? Go to the portal menu, everyone. Those who are seeing active subscriptions, those who are not, just wait for it and refresh your screen and follow the video and catch up with us before the next class after 2 weeks. So once you all are on portal menu here, in fact, sorry, don't go to portal menu. See this? There's a search here. Go to search here. Go to search. Go to search. And type here SQL, right? So go to search and type here SQL, and you should see this, SQL servers, right? So if you type here SQL in search, and if you hopefully all see SQL servers here, then click that SQL. So we're not clicking SQL databases, we're clicking SQL servers, right? So once you click the SQL servers here, then you should be seeing this screen. I'm just afraid that there will be a lot of screenshots coming my way that, oh, see this? Anyway, if you see the SQL servers here, let's click the add button here. If you see the SQL server here, let's click the add button here, right? Hopefully all are following, those who got the subscription active. So I'm going to click add button here. And then here it shows me the subscription is pay as you go, but obviously I'm going to change that to Azure for students. So I guess for you it is just showing the student starter there, right? And once you see that subscription, then it's grayed out for me. Okay, so the subscription is grayed out for you. Okay, so let's click the resource group and create a resource group. Unable to select the subscription, which is okay. I mean, like if we can do the rest of the task, then it is okay. If we cannot do the rest of the task, then it is not okay. Okay, Arshan says it's just okay. So there's a picture here, guys, and it shows like this: disabled Azure for students. The selected subscription is disabled, and oh, okay. So then you will see how many are seeing this. Make sure everyone selects student starter. Yeah, me. Okay, I am okay. Dylan says, Khalid says. I click the disabled, then change to starter. Oh, okay, guys, can you click on top of the disabled? Can you drop down this menu? Go ahead and drop down this menu. Okay, student starter is grayed out there, you're saying. I couldn't see starter there. Okay, so this means that it's still a matter of time that you are not able to see. So are you able to click create new resource group? So guys, what I am suggesting is that it's a matter of time before this changes, because I've seen that before as well. In that case, if you're not able to go ahead, I will just try to create the whole SQL single instance and show you all the steps, and obviously record all the steps. Okay, so Harshan says refresh and got it. Oh, okay, refresh this page and got it. You got it. Okay, and user says I'm able to do it as well. ATM. Okay, maybe you're near the ATM machine and you're about to take out a couple of $1 million. And okay, 50-50. No. Okay, so two. It's gonna at the moment. Okay, so so here, guys, refresh it and it's working, right? So I'm just gonna try to go ahead. Guys, I'm just trying to facilitate you as much as I can in the current circumstances, that you could get a one working single instance. So for some of us it is still working, for others it is not yet there, but it will be there. So my suggestion is, if you're stuck, you can keep on refreshing until you get there, or then watch what I'm doing and some of the students are doing, and then follow the video when you finally get it in. Maybe tonight you get it, maybe tomorrow you get it. Just refresh, log in again, and catch up in 2 weeks before the next class, right? If you're unable, then wait for it and give it time and just watch what is going on and follow the video then, right? So right, guys, here and those who are saying unable, you can still take then my screenshot. Those who are able to follow me can take their own screenshots. Okay, so I'm just going to go for resource group now for the single light SQL Server instance. I'm going to click the create new here because we don't need the older resource group. Let's click the create new. Once we click the create new, so then we can just give today's date, 22Oct2020, and we can also go for light SQL. Well, we can just name it light SQL. Maybe that could be our project name. So light SQL, we can just and also your first name, right? So I'm just gonna go for Amir. So light SQL and your first name. If your first name is long, then just go for first 4 characters of your name or 5 characters of your name, right? So your first name here. Hopefully those who are following have got it. Others, please refresh. And whenever I ask for a screenshot, just take my screen as a screenshot. If you're not there, others who are there, take the screenshot of your screen. Okay, I'm just gonna press OK here once you have given the name. Now, what you see here is what we didn't see before, and that is the server name. You can see that it's a global URL here. So this SQL server will be globally available. Obviously, you need to secure it in a production environment very much with firewall and ACLs, access control lists, and store. Then there is network security groups. So there are many ways to secure this, but it's globally going to be available now. So what we can do is that you can just give a name here, and it has to be lowercase, guys. Okay, so it says maybe this course should be renamed with light in it. So yeah, light course. So so guys, here go for GB as a okay, there are some screenshots coming here in WhatsApp. Oh, for students it's active but it's not showing. Oh, okay, so Gideon says mine is working. That's good. That's very good, Gideon. Okay, guys, here just lowercase, just type GB, and then your the fall GBFall 2020, and your dash your first name, right? I'm just gonna go for GBFall 2020 and your first name, right? We can also give a date here, 22Oct20. Wow, I hope it doesn't mind that. No, it does mind. Oh, OCT. Oh, capital O. I'm just gonna make it small O. Now it's okay. So go for GBFall2020 dash your first name 22 October 2020, right? So wow, 2 times 2020. Seriously. So if you've given that name, hopefully that's a green arrow now, and then once you've given this name, so we're going to stick to East US here, right? So once we go down now, you need to just give the server admin login, and you need to remember that as well, right? So even we can get, stick to the same username password that we used before as well. So we can go for your first name admin SQL, and then the password. I'm just gonna go for the class password, small ABC, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123, and then I'm gonna go for the retype, small ABC, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123, and so GBFall2020, and hopefully you've followed exactly all the steps as is. Now this is the first page configuration, so take a screenshot here. Screenshot number 1, creating light SQL, creating light SQL. Screenshot number 1, creating light SQL. So take a screenshot of here, this page, first one, and just keep refreshing, guys, until those who were not able to see that can see that. But if you're behind, then just watch this, and wherever I ask you to take a screenshot, take. Those who are following, your name would be there anyway. So take
Please,
a screenshot.
what's the password again?
Oh, password is this. Let me just put that. I'll put it in WhatsApp as well. Small ABC, capital ABC, keep pressing shift 1, 2, 3, gives you exclamation, add and pound sign, and without that 1, 2, 3, simple. So that's your password. Control A, Control C, I'll put it on, okay, class BW on WhatsApp. In WebEx. Okay, guys, so this is the password, and hopefully you've written that. I'm just gonna go back there. So if you've taken a screenshot, so take a screenshot here, light SQL server. I'm just gonna take a sample screenshot quickly now, and this is light SQL server. So I'll just quickly put it up there. So screenshot 1 equals light SQL server. Okay, and the screenshot. So I'll just put it here as well. SQL server, screenshot 1 light SQL server, or just light SQL, and the screenshot. So the sample screenshot is there in WhatsApp as well. Okay, guys, let's carry on, and I'll try to go back to, where was it? Oh, so many are open. Oh, there you go. So I'll just put it at the end here. So guys, once that screenshot is taken, number 1, so, and those who are not following can also take a screenshot here with your names in the background. Those who are not following can take a screenshot with your names in the background. Hopefully you guys have also taken it. And then let's click networking. So let's click networking. So here, networking, it says, hey, you want any firewall rules there? So for now, we're just gonna keep it no. So do not press yes here. For the firewall rules, basically they just start charging, and then your I hope it's unlimited. Your unlimited student starter account will be charged. Wow. Okay, let's not do anything on networking and click additional settings. Click additional settings. So then you see here that Azure Defender for SQL. So they have that malware, anti-malware there. So obviously we don't need to start a trial version for that, but anyone wants to do that, you can just start a trial. But better click just keep it not now, and then click tags. So nothing to change on additional settings, nothing to change on networking, and click tags here. Once you click tags, then you can just name it. So just type name there, and so your first name, Light SQL Server. Your first name, Light SQL Server, right? Your first name. Sorry for interrupting, but firewall off. Yes, firewall is off. Firewall is off, and nothing to do in additional settings as well until you reach tags here. You're welcome. And then here, your first name, Light SQL Server, Lightsaber. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Okay, so somebody actually created a lightsaber. Wow, the actual. Okay, anyway, review plus create. I'm just gonna click that, review plus create. Right? And it should, okay, I was gonna say it should say validation succeeded, but I have an error on basics page here. It shows me a red dot, so I'm just gonna go click that basics. Oh, same error. Okay, so I'm gonna click the basics here. If you all got the red dot here, I'm gonna click the basics, and oh, okay, East US. Your subscription does not have access to create a server in the selected region for the latest information. Region error. Oh, everyone gets a region error. Okay. So what we can do is we can change it. We can go for East US 2, right? If you all got the same error, select East US 2 and see if it allows us to do that. So go inside of East US 2. Ouch. Your solution does not have access to create. Period. Says this is no, still error. And okay, I'm gonna try for mine West US and South Central. Oh, hey guys, see this? South Central US and all US is same thing. Really? No, guys, do you see South Central? No. Can you go to some other country? If I go to Asia Pacific Australia East, Asia Pacific Australia East is not working for me, but really, okay. South Central US somehow is working for me. I don't know why. But any of the US's. Oh, guys, we have Central. I think Canada as well. If you go down here, do you have Canada up there? No. Just type here in the search Canada. 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 Canada Central, Canada East. We have two of those. Canada Central, Canada East. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go for Canada Central. Nope, nothing. And Canada East. Okay. India? No. Oh, no. Okay. West India? No. How come South Central is okay for me? So guys, this means that they're not starter package is not gonna let you create a SQL server. If I just go ahead and go to additional settings and tags and review plus create, does it validate my configuration? Wow. So yes, it's not unlimited, it's very limited. So starter, I didn't start the starter package. That maybe that's why it's allowing me, because I'm on Azure for Students, and this means I didn't use that before, and now it's letting me go for that. Azure for Students, networking, additional settings, tags, review plus create. Delete one of the old machines. Oh yes, Jacob, if you want to delete the old machines, yes, we do not need the old machine because it's already disabled setting, so you can delete the old machines. Try to delete the old machines and then try to create that. That's a very good idea. Guys, are you able to delete your old machines? If you go to the virtual machines area. No reference? Oh, you already tried that? That was fast. Okay, you already deleted that, Amir says. Anyone else for any region? South Korea works. Oh, wow, Kingsley, I salute you for that. Guys, did you all go to South Korea? Okay, so Mintyuk says doesn't work. So Kingsley, you have a starter student account? I've been roaming the world and nothing happening. Gideon says I've been roaming the world. And okay, so Kingsley says it's starter student account. Kingsley, did you delete your previous machines? Or are they still there? Oh, you didn't. Okay, and still it's working for you. Wow, okay. I was not expecting this to be happening, but I was told that please let them go through this, creating a machine there. So guys, what I'm also thinking that if I just show you all the steps now and record the video, and throughout the 2 weeks, just one or two times or three times try to come back here to the starter package, because some of the services and some of the features are still appearing for some students, but it's I think the starter package is too slow to give you all the facilities. So what I can do is I'll show you all the steps here and record the video, and in 2 weeks please confirm if the starter student package lets you create that. But please catch up before the next class. Suppose next week you still see that error, try after next week, right? And I'm just going to go ahead. Is this content also going to be on the midterm? Well, we're attending that, but I'm not going to then. If you're covering, it should be, because then you're seeing it, you're understanding it, what's going on, even if you didn't do that. But if you think that no, it should not be coming, then I will not put it in the midterm. Although if you're seeing that, obviously, then it should be coming in the midterm. But I'm very flexible. If somebody says no, that please don't put it. So yeah, then but in final term, then it will be coming. So okay, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll try to create that. So these steps are done. I'm just gonna click the create button here, and I need to show you the whole procedure, and then I want you to just try it after 1 week or after 2 or 3 days and keep checking. And if you do get to those who are not able to select a region, if any one of you during the next week or after that, if you get to create that within the starter package, then please share that information in the WhatsApp group as well, so others can also try. Just keep refreshing for now, and I think the starter package may take some time to let you actually use any region and or underlying. And also please delete your machines and then refresh and sign out, sign in. There are so many things that we can do, and Microsoft can let us create that. Google Cloud. I'm just trying to get a solution where you don't have to put a credit card and still you're able to create a SQL server. So whichever is free we can create, and you don't have to put your credit card. I subscribed that 2 weeks ago. Okay, so Roshan says, so if it's not working at all, are we going with VMware? Well, I have my online 2 SQL servers, so I'll carry on with that to show you the advanced SQL features as well. And oh, okay. Despite the free lunch, I didn't get what you said, Paul, but yeah, hopefully. So if it's not working at all, are we going with VMware? So Harshan, I can show the VMware port side of that as well if everyone agrees to that. Hey, can you show it in VMware? Some of us can try, or I can carry on with the two of those. Two machines that I have on. Okay, guys, it is created here. Let me just go ahead and show you. So I could go ahead and show some of the advanced features of or the next topics of SQL Server as well that I was doing in two of those. I refresh the page. What's the server name again? So Gideon says server name again. Server name was your first name. You can just put any name, your first name, light SQL. So I think that another student got it, right? Well, let me just show you all the steps, and let me go ahead now, guys, so we could just cover all the other topics as well. But here, once a SQL server is created, so I'm going to click that search here, and then I can see that SQL servers here in the recent services because we created. So I'm going to click that SQL servers. Now here, it should be either created already or it should be showing there after some time. So this is what was created. If I click the go to resource here, so this is just a SQL server that got created, but it does not have a database yet, and we don't have to connect to it now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click that search button again. I need to create a database. So first thing is create a SQL instance. I'm going to duplicate this here so I could show you what's going on. So if I go back to the diagram here, what's going on here is so SQL instance is created, then create a database and attach to this instance. I'm just going to show you that. And once in 2 weeks, suppose you get access to the underlying hardware, you can just follow that. If not, just try it at least 2 or 3 times and let me know the error. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the databases. So then I'm going to go to this search, and there you go. If you type the SQL again, now you see SQL databases, right? So this way you may not have created databases before in Azure. So I'm just going to click the database. So first we create the SQL server. That's an empty instance right now. We're about to attach a database. So I'm going to click that database here. Once we click the database here, then let's click add. So I'm just going to click add on the SQL databases. Wait, why don't we use AWS? So Jacob, AWS is we can request free AWS access without putting credit cards there for the next course, the winter course, and that's only one we did it last year. So Jacob says. So Jacob, did you use a credit card with your AWS? No. So you guys did not use a credit card. Well, yeah, we can do that on AWS as well. But then let me just do that first on AWS and check out there. And because we need to request 30 or 27, 28 accounts there to be given access to AWS, and that request I need to do that request for you for the next winter course, because we're going to cover AWS in depth, right? So if hopefully they can Jacob, can you just find out from that teacher who gave you free access of AWS, how did he get that, and let me know as well, and I can come up with those labs for you. Harshan says, yeah, we did for second semester. I guess I was much better. It was much better. Okay. Yeah. So we can do it on AWS as well. I'll have to just test it first that all the features of a simple machine can happen there, and then yes, we can do. So Jacob and Yusuf, you could try to just contact the teacher and let me know and that what he says, and I'll come up for next 2 weeks. We can try AWS as well for SQL. Okay, so here I'm going to click add button here for the SQL databases, and so first we created an empty SQL instance. Now we're going to create a SQL database, and I am doing that all in the region. I have to mention that region. Hopefully it is South Central. Okay, so it got the region already. So this is the resource group that it detected in South Central US, and then there are database details here. Enter required settings for this database, and then I'm just gonna put the database name. So remember that we put the SQL machine name. There's a database name here as well. So I'm just going to put that quickly. Your first name, then so db01, your first name db01, and then hyphen 22Oct2020 dash light SQL. Okay, so long name, and then South Central. Now, well, it's supposed to be a cool feature. If we are able to do that, then and that feature is want to use SQL Elastic Pool. Elastic Pool really saves a lot of CPU and RAM consumption. Elastic Pools provide a simple and cost-effective solution for managing the performance of multiple databases within a fixed budget. So that's within the fixed budget. Now, 2 or 3 students are able to just search a region across the planet and able to do that. So I'm just gonna show all that, and I'll try to in 2 weeks I'll try to go for AWS as well and show you. Maybe I'll create a video for that. You can follow that and create a SQL server for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to click that yes Elastic Pool here. So Elastic Pool, and we're going to select the basic package that really does not take a lot of CPU and RAM there. So want to use SQL Elastic Pool. I'm going to press yes, and then it's click create new. I'm going to create that Elastic Pool package here. That will create a very light or very less CPU and RAM it's going to attach. So I'm going to click the create new here, and it says that, hey, give me a name for Elastic Pool as well. SQL Elastic Pool, that is. So your first name, SQL Elastic Pool 22Oct2020. So I'm going to press OK. So that's the Elastic Pool name selected. Now it's saying that, okay, how much cores of processor and how much RAM do you need? So 32 GB RAM and 2 virtual cores there for the processor. I'm going to click that configure Elastic Pool now. Okay, Jacob says, sir, all of our accounts are still active for of AWS Educate. All right. Okay. Your accounts are still active in AWS Educate. That's very good. What is the link for that? Now, this means that I can also go there and check out and do the lab myself first, and then we can just create that after 2 weeks. Right now, let me just finish that, and then so you can just give me the link, and I'll come up with a lab with the lightest machine possible there, and we can try to go for Microsoft SQL lab there. So thank you for the suggestion, and as you can make a free account in the link I am about to send. Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. So guys, that's happening in the middle of the class. So what's your suggestion right now? Let me finish this lab so you could see that, because it's just going to be very simple, and then let's go on that as well if you want, or I can just test that later during the 2 weeks, and then suggest already tested features and other things there, right? So how come it's available for you? Isn't it already? Why don't we all connect to a single publicly accessible database? Oh, single. So if one student does a change, it could. Okay, that was a YOLO. So Paul is, yeah, I'm not sure what messages are coming. You need to translate that, Paul. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just finish that, and then yes, you only live once. Oh, okay, got it. Thanks. Looking for basic, standard, and premium. I'm just gonna click that looking for basic, standard, because it's finishing, and hopefully what I'm seeing is that if you get that access during the 2 weeks, then at least this lab will be useful for you. Otherwise, I'm gonna work on AWS as well quickly. So I'm gonna click the basic here, and basic gives just 4 GB RAM, and that's it. So that's the least it will give, and I'll click apply here. So 4 GB RAM, 0 databases right now. I'm gonna click networking. Let me just finish that, guys, and then let's get it, that other one also working. I'll either we can start even now, and but it's better if I check that out and tell you exactly instead of discovering the whole class time in AWS as well. Let me do the whole lab later, right? And come up with that, and we can do it together later. Okay, so firewall rules, private endpoints, name, nothing here. I'm going to click additional settings, and I'm going to go for the sample AdventureWorks database here as well, right? So just to click AdventureWorks sample database, and then I'm going to click tags, and here I'm just gonna put the name and the machine, second VM for nope. So that was okay. Let me just write it down. Yeah, Light SQL Server. So your first name, Light SQL. This is database that I'm creating. So separately I created an empty SQL instance, and then there's a database here, and then review plus create. So at least you will know the steps there. If we get, I'll be sending an email to Cyrus and also to Azure Education if they can grant one more $100 or a 1 year access again to the students. So I'm going to click create here, and it's going to create a database. So if we go for the steps here, we created a single SQL instance, create a database, and attached to this instance. That's the second thing we have done. And now what we need to do is, once that database is created, I need to download and install Ssms to my laptop and install it here, and then I'll show you how to connect to the database and the SQL instance that we created in the Azure cloud. So once that lab is done, then we can go back to our other lab where we need to just explore some more features of the two SQL machines that are there. Okay, other than that, while I'm waiting, so I'm also excited to see if that link, AWS Educate, lets us create how many databases, because whenever it's free, it always has limits. So I'll have to check it out then. But that's a very good suggestion, Jacob. Thank you for that. I click that link of AWS Educate there while the database is getting created there in the background, and sign into the console. Okay. Okay, I'll check it out in detail, and we'll try to create a lab for you there. AWS Educate, yeah, it has free access. Just like the Azure free access, but it's AWS. AWS is a bit more generous than Amazon. Okay, guys, the database is created as well, and if I click the search here and go for SQL databases. So, well, it's not showing right now. If I refresh, I'll go for go to resource, which I refreshed and really missed it. So it's gonna come at its on time. So I'm there in the other SQL server, and it had that button of create database, but I went for search and then create that database there. So once so while this is going on, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the Ssms, which is already, if I just go for Ssms download, so that's download SQL Server Management Studio. So I'll just download it in my laptop. So download SQL Server Management Studio here. I'll click that, and it's downloads, save, yes. Okay, so it's just 635 MB, and in a minute it's going to be downloaded. Then I'll just install that quickly in my laptop. Okay, so it's edit columns, refresh. One more thing here, locations. Yeah, so South Central, all the locations are showing there. So it should South. Yep. Well, since it's selected, so it should be showing there. Well, it will. While this is going on, so SSMS is downloaded. I'm just going to click that and install it. Yes. Okay, so I'll just click the install button in my. So this is SQL Server Management Studio that we installed in that other machine as well. So the same thing that you can install here in your laptop or desktop. So I've opened the activity log where it shows all the events. Okay, so it's installing here. It's supposed to show me by now. I hope I don't have to create that again. Won't. Oh, that's why. Pay as you go, it's supposed to show me Azure for Students as well. Now it's showing. Seriously. It was not showing the subscriptions, all subscriptions. Okay. I'm going to click inside the database that was created. And inside that database, you can see a global name for the server. And that is this. So this is the name that we need to copy and give this global SQL Server name to this SQL Server Management Studio here. So then you will be able to connect, and then once connecting, it's gonna give you some kind of restriction there that it's gonna say that, hey, where are you connecting from? So it's gonna take my public IP of my home DSL router, right? So it's gonna take a public IP of that, and it's gonna only allow that public IP connectivity. So connectivity from that public IP it will allow to this database. So you're gonna see that procedure, and it's gonna ask that, hey, give me your username, password when we are connecting from SSMS. It's gonna try to make sure that are we the correct one, correct owner connecting to this. So that's the name that we need. So guys, so that would be our second screenshot here, where the Light SQL database dashboard, we can say, Light SQL database dashboard. So take a second screenshot here, Light SQL database dashboard, Light SQL database dashboard. So that's screenshot number 2. screenshot number 2. So just put your name in the back, and that's all. Screenshot number 2. So I'm just gonna take that screenshot now. So light SQL database dashboard. I've taken a screenshot here. I'll just quickly put it there, and screenshot 2 light SQL database dashboard. Yes, guys, if you're not doing that on your side, then take a screenshot of my screen. Please, everyone, take a screenshot here. If you're not doing on your side with your name in background, with your name in background, yes, not my name in background. Okay. So yeah, your name in background. So take a screenshot here with your name in the background. Take a screenshot here, everyone. You need to upload some screenshots or some activity from your side, given the circumstances. So I think that AWS will work fine, but obviously I don't want to discover during the class, or if you want me to, and we could just go ahead and create a small SQL server there. Oh yeah, screenshot name. So it's oh, I'll put it here in WhatsApp. So it's a SQL server, and it's a light SQL database dashboard. So screenshot to light SQL database dashboard. So there's a sample screenshot number 2. Okay, by now it should be done. Yep, it is done. All specified components of Ssms are installed in the laptop. I'm going to click the close button here, and then I'll try to connect from this Ssms to this SQL database. So I'm going to go to this laptop here, and or I'll just try to put here in the search Ssms in search. I can see SQL Server Management Studio. So all you need to do is in Windows 10 or whichever you have, just type Ssms. It will search that, and I'll click that from here. And then it's just thinking of starting. Okay, connect to my SQL Docker container password. Oh, there you go. Paul is offering pretty much everyone to connect to his SQL Docker container. That's a very good idea, guys. Do you see that WhatsApp message? Paul, you can create maybe 22 accounts there, user accounts inside, and they can all connect from their account instead of connecting with the same account. Okay, here I'll just it just needs the username password here. No, it's not a challenge, it's actually a suggestion, and that's a very good idea what you're doing, and that is good for practice as well, and that's doable, pretty much doable. We just need to increase some RAM, and what labs I can give, everyone can do there, and in fact that I'll create a third machine, and half students can connect to yours, and if other half says that hey, it's too slow or something like that, then they can connect to mine as well. So that's a very good idea, Paul, and I thank you for that. And I'll go ahead, copy that link here, and I'll put it in my local machine. And your first name, I'm just gonna put that SQL Server Authentication here. So I'll just put that your first name admin SQL. I hope I gave that name. and then the password, the class password, small abc wc shift123 without shift123. So it just simply, it can I'm going to click the connect button, and it's going to try to check, and you can see that now it's saying that who is connecting to the Azure based SQL. So it's asking, hey, you're not signed into Microsoft Azure from the SQL Server Management Studio in your laptop, right? So it says that go ahead and sign in, and then it will add my public IP. It has detected my public IP right now. So it says that I'm going to allow this public IP if you prove that you have a username password there. So then it's going to allow my home DSL public IP here. So I'm just going to click that sign in here, and hopefully it does not make me put the password. I'll just select this George Brown here. Oh, thank God. So it didn't ask me to put the password because I'm already logged in from browsers as well. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought somebody is about to say something. I'll mute all. And press OK here. I'm just going to press OK. And so, well, it's from my laptop, Ssms, I'm connected to my SQL server in Azure. So this is something that you can also, so if I just extend that, so you can see the same system database there. Actually, it's not all system databases there. So and you get your database as well. And in fact, this is the database that is AdventureWorks supposed to be, at least if I expand the tables here. So it should just show me. So that's yeah, this is AdventureWorks. Okay, now guys, this SQL Server Management Studio, you can, so according to that Paul's idea, which I'll follow as well, and that's a very good one, that as he's creating some accounts, I can just create some accounts here, and you can all, I can give you some written labs there. Okay, go there, do this, or I will show the lab here, and then I would want you to connect at certain times and do those labs here, and simply submit those steps. Like if I say that create a table and do this in table, put that query in table, and you can just connect there and do this. So that's a very good idea, that everyone can connect to the one SQL Server instance there. So this means that I can create a heavier one as well, and you can all connect at certain times and do the labs and submit it, right? So that would be a very good idea. I wanted everyone to have their own databases, obviously, but that seems like not really possible. But all the good suggestions coming, we can follow those. Okay. Well, this is the way to create a full database. So if I just go back to this, these steps, this is what we did, and all the steps are done. That we created a single SQL instance, and then create a separate database, and then we attach the database to the SQL instance. Then we downloaded and installed Ssms and connected from our laptop or desktop based Ssms to the Azure based SQL server, right? So this is what we did. I'm just gonna put that first of all, the diagram screenshot, but that would be our third screenshot as well. That connected from on-prem Ssms to Azure SQL. So this is your third screenshot, guys. Take a third screenshot. Take a third screenshot, and the screenshot name would be connected from on-prem Ssms. So if Ssms is installed in our laptops or desktops, it's on premises, so hence on-prem, and then connected from our on-prem Ssms to Azure SQL is the name of the third screenshot. So take a screenshot here, guys. Take a screenshot here, and Okay, so if you have taken a screenshot, I'll just take that sample screenshot now, and just make sure that your name is showing in the background. So I took the screenshot here, and I'll put it. So screenshot 3 connected from on-prem Ssms to Azure SQL. So that's the name of the screenshot, connected from on-prem Ssms to Azure SQL. Screenshot number 3. Hopefully everyone took it. And I'll put the screenshot now, and I'll put it here as well. So SQL Server, and then screenshot 3 connected from on-prem Ssms to Azure SQL.
Please, can I take the screenshot?
Yeah, you want to see the screenshot again?
Yes.
Okay. This one. You guys take that screenshot. Okay, guys, so I can connect to your SQL server. Oh, okay. Guys, well, I'll follow Paul's idea, and can you connect to my SQL server? Let me give you the credentials, and how about we do that? So see this, guys. Do we all have SSMS installed? Oh, okay. So you guys may not have installed. So what I would suggest is, please download and install the SSMS. I'll give you the link, and then the username. Let me put the whole information here. So first thing, please download SSMS from, well, let me just give you that link, because I just downloaded it now, but although that link is there, so I'm putting that. Please everyone download that. So there's that link I've given. I can connect to your SQL server, right? Yes, Hamid, you can. There's that link. So please download SSMS in your laptop or desktop. So I put that link in WhatsApp as well, and I'll put it in the portal in OneNote. So that's the first thing. And once you download the SSMS, then I think I took the screenshot of that SSMS. Oh, actually I have that SSMS already opened. So there's the SSMS. I'll disconnect from here, and when I connect again, so this is how it looks like. So then let me just take a screenshot of that and find out exactly what you need. Oh, no, the sample screenshot doesn't come up here, but I can just create another one here. I just want to put some arrows there to show you that what you need. So this is the screenshot, and the first arrow is you need to put here this link. So this is the global name for the SQL server, and then SQL authentication should be already there selected, and the login is your first name, or actually it's my first name, Amir admin SQL, and the password. So I'll just grab this information and put it on. No, so here SQL server global name, SQL server global name, and this one just the authentication, right? So keep it SQL authentication, and then login would be, login is this your first name SQL admin, right? And the password is the class password, so small abc, capital abc, shift123 without shift123. Now this is the whole information that you need, and I'll just grab that screenshot. So that screenshot is there in the WhatsApp group, and this screenshot with all the information to connect. Although I'll do the same thing, I'll be creating your accounts here separately, which means that I have to redo that machine with a much more CPU and RAM. So when you do connect to that, you can have enough CPU and RAM. I mean, it won't be very slow. So how to connect to my machine in Azure. So it's in WhatsApp, and it's in this OneNote as well. But the link, let me just give you the link here. This is the URL for the SQL. There's a global URL for that SQL machine. So I'll copy that and put it in. So URL for Azure SQL, and I've just put it inside WhatsApp, and I'm putting it on OneNote as well, right? That it starts from within the brackets. Oh yeah, okay. In WebEx is here now. You need to start from, okay, GBFall. It starts from GB. So I'll just put it again there. Right? Now, excuse me, are you able to connect there? Because I'm gonna try to connect now, and if I press enter, I'm inside, but it's a bit slow now. And in the security logins, new login, if I go for, so what I need to do is that I can create lots of accounts there, and in those accounts I can give full access to those accounts, and then you can just use that machine as well, and submit the labs, right? So the lab I can do here, then you have to submit during the week. So this means that everyone gets to do the labs as well, and then you can follow all the steps from the video. But right now, yeah, this login is there, and it's the lightest server, but or lightest possible server on Azure SQL. But it's just that I will then create a much bigger, heavier server, and then everyone else can connect. So yeah, this plan can even go further, that I can create a database for each student, and then I can give a lab. So I'll come up with some labs there, and in my subscription I can give you the SQL server, and then different times that you can connect and submit. Follow the steps, take the screenshots with your name, and go ahead and submit the lab, right? Should that link be working right now? Yes, Eric, if you have Ssms downloaded, then this link should be okay. So Hamid says I installed it, I just need credential. Okay, so the URL has been placed there. Oh, okay, that was like 10 minutes ago. So the credentials I already put there in the screenshot, Hamid. So it's in the group. So that's the credentials here. So if you got the link, which is already in WebEx and WhatsApp and in OneNote, then keep it to SQL Server authentication. Okay, so okay, you got it, and but it's too slow. Yes, this machine is really having low RAM, so that's why when you connect, it's gonna be dead slow, and it might give you error because Azure has added my DSL connection or public IP there, so it might let you connect as well. So Hamid, if you're fully connected, then let me know, and you can give me a screenshot as well, so I can show it to everyone. But this is the credential that I have already shared in OneNote, WhatsApp, WebEx, everywhere. So you should be able to try to connect to this database and then so anyone was able to connect. So first of all, were you able to download the Ssms, guys? And second thing, were you able to connect? Now this opens a lot of possibilities there, that we can make groups of students, and then I can create a number of machines on my account, and you can connect to my machines and simply do the lab and follow the steps and do the lab. So okay, guys, well, that is how we can connect or create this. Now what we have gone through is to create a SQL server, but there will be then I'll come up with a lot of labs for you and record them, so you can follow those labs by connecting to this machine. We just need to separate the time, or if I can create more such instances, light instances for all of you, that you can connect to your own instance and then do the lab. That actually seems like everyone can have then one instance, right? It's just that we won't be able to all go for two instances, but that one instance thing will be good. So Amir shows me this, and yes, Amir, just go ahead, press OK, and it's gonna take time, but it's gonna connect you. So if it says connect, just go ahead and connect. It is taking your DSL public IP, and it's allowing this to connect. So I think everyone else, it's just adding it to the firewall rules there, up there in Azure SQL, to let you securely connect. But are you able to successfully connect and see the database inside and all the folders or not? That's remains to be seen. So everyone has the credentials. I hope everyone has downloaded and installed the Ssms as well. The page won't load at all for me. Oh, okay. So it's too slow. Amir says or shows this error here. So it says the server you specified does not exist in any subscription in. Okay, so it's looking for your subscription actually. That is this actually because you logged in from your account, so it's looking inside your subscription. Either you have signed in with an incorrect account or your server was removed from all subscriptions in this account. Okay, so guys, it seems like it's not gonna work if you log in from your subscription. But let me check out if I can open anonymous subscription. So I have to do some vigorous testing on that. If you can log in from anonymously without even putting this username, password, or subscription there. If you're connecting to Azure, Azure will ask that, hey, what subscription do you have? And when you give your subscription, so it says that, hey, this SQL server does not belong to your subscription, right? So that's the error it's giving right now. Everyone is getting this, or those who are trying? So when you get but I asked, no, okay. Yes, you got the same error. Okay, so Hamid says he got the exact same error as Amir got. And okay, so okay, so this means that we need to work out on this. So there's another plan which is AWS, guys, and I'm gonna follow that because all of you have AWS access, right? So I just need to see all the you know I need to go through the lab first myself, and then we can all create a SQL machine there in AWS as well. But so we have many options, and you guys are coming up with good ideas there. uh, no, Gideon Paul is actually giving us good ideas, also Jericho, and so 10 MSQL containers deployed. Very, very good, Paul. So this means that 10 containers, 10 students, so that's very good. Okay, Yusuf, thank you for confirming that. And Paul, are these containers on Azure or is it in your own machine? Oh, okay. So ionos.ca. That's another cloud provider. Okay, so ionos. If I click that, how are you able to do free for 6 months? Are you kidding me? Then from $9 per month. Okay, not bad. I pay for a VPS. Oh, okay. So you have a dedicated VPS is what everybody does what in their term, virtual private or virtual, yeah, 8 GB RAM and 4 vCore. Okay, cool. It's actually free for 6 months. Not bad. Oh, you got this one. Okay, lower base price. Now memory optimized VPS. Okay. Can or can't afford this. Okay, now this idea is good of connecting multiple students to, or since you're doing that there, how about we do it on George Brown's machine? So I need to just check if with your user account you can connect to my machine in Azure, so we can just use that one account to get everyone connected. That's another good project you've given me. If we can all do hands-on, I'm all about it. So I'm into it. I'll just simply follow up with that. Okay, so the 10 containers have been deployed. Way to go, Paul. You deserve 100 out of 100 actually for just coming up. This idea alone is very good. But if it works, that's even more amazing, and I'm sure it's going to work. So let's see. Okay, Jericho says I cannot connect as well. So guys, I'm just gonna have to check it out. That how can I let you connect with your subscription? If I can create as many user accounts that you can log in from in my subscription, then you can log in from those accounts here. from string import import sub process. Okay, so okay, Jericho actually shows the same error that everyone else got, I guess. Yeah, it's just looking for subscription. It's just saying that client with IP is not allowed to access the server. They will access user Azure Windows portal or run firewall rule in the master database to create firewall rule for this IP address or address range. It may take up to 5 minutes. Okay, I need to add everyone's public IP address, which changes also. But then it also gives the next error, and that is your subscription does not allow you to connect. So that's why we're still stuck here. But those ideas are really good. So guys, you don't have to try to connect to my machine because it's already it's not working, right? So the video, and so guys, what I would recommend is please at least download, everyone please download the Ssms. Everyone please download the Ssms. The links are already there. I've given in OneNote and WebEx, but I'll just quickly yep, that's the link there. And please, those who haven't downloaded it, please download the Ssms in your machine. And okay, so the rest of the topics that we need to talk about. So first of all, this there's a slide here that we followed exactly, and what I did is all in the slide as well. But also different other configurations. But what we did till now is just connect to a SQL server. That is very lightweight, and normally we connect that SQL server that we installed to the Azure Active Directory, but the free Azure given to the George Brown does not have Azure Active Directory available with it to connect to any SQL server. Otherwise, it would have been a much easier lab for us if it was if Azure Active Directory was available for us. Then we would not have to install the separate virtual machine for Azure Active Directory or Active Directory. But now guys, I'm going to go for the other slide here, and that is I'll just quickly go up there. I think I did not upload that. Well, maybe it's too late for that, but the slide that we need to start, so slide 1 for week 7. I'll just quickly put that up there, which we are about to start. These are just more features of SQL Server, the two machines that we have. So here what we have done, yes, we have created those two machines, and we downloaded the AdventureWorks database there inside SQL Server. We tried to talk about all the configurations of SQL Server there, and so what we will do, so lab to do together, this is a portion that well, I was hoping that everyone will be able to do that, but still there are limitations, and although those limitations are in AWS as well, that AWS also offers the $100 credit there, which Azure also offers to the colleges. So it could be the limitations are still the same there as well in AWS. So, but then there was that continuous demo that we were doing in previous classes. So demo lab by professor. So let's try to install reporting services to know how to add extra features. Other than that, well, we're gonna do that with whatever time we got. And here, let's add second instance to the SQL machine to know how to install second instance in the same virtual machine or physical machine. So that's the second thing we need to do. And the third is what is SQL Server Configuration Manager, and what are some of the vendor best practices that are attached or need to be implemented. So first of all, I could just go ahead with the second SQL Server instance within the same virtual machine. So that's something that you can only do with SQL Server and not with Exchange Server or SCCM Server or SCOM, System Center Operations Manager, or Configuration Manager, or other big application enterprise grade application servers. So I'll just go to my second machine and we'll try to deploy the second instance, although I still need to deploy a third virtual machine there as well. So I could really show the replication feature of SQL Server, the mirroring feature of SQL Server, and always on a high availability feature of SQL Server that you guys really need to know before you go to the market. And for that, obviously, I need the second SQL Server ultimately. But this is the second SQL instance within the same virtual machine that I'm trying to install. So we just need to know that what is the procedure? How does it look like when there are two SQL instances showing there in one virtual machine? What are the difference? How do we protect the databases of one SQL instance in the same physical machine from another SQL instance? So if I go back to the diagram, we have here two. Sorry, excuse me. I'll just open another one. So we have two SQL servers in Azure, and the first one is obviously the infrastructure role provider, so AD, DNS, DHCP, and the other one is the member server, and it has now a SQL server, one instance of SQL server is there already. One instance of SQL Server already installed. So how can we install a second instance, and what are the precautions we need to take there? And then that's a second instance of SQL Server. So this second instance would be a totally independent SQL Server that would be just sharing the same hardware as the first SQL Server. So then we're going to check that how services really show in that. Okay, so there's a message there okay, so I'm just saying that he connected to Paul's SQL Server. That's very good. So that's good news. So two students are connected to Paul's I think containers. So one is Jacob and the other one is Hamid. So that's really good. Paul, you can also you can just create some documentation there that, hey, first do this and do that and run the code and connect to my SQL Server container if you want. And then others can also connect to your container. That would be great. I can't connect. That was spelling error. Oh, okay, can't. But Hamid, okay, so Hamid is connected, he's saying. So you guys can just share the documentation with the other students and they can also try. Alright guys, while this is going on, we're just going to try out how to install the second instance of a SQL Server, because these tasks are all requiring a lot of CPU and RAM. That's why we need to see it and okay guys, so I'm just going to go to my second SQL Server now and try to deploy the second SQL instance, and what are the precautions we need to take there, and what are the best practices there, and some of the terminology that is used for that. But in production environment, you may have to do that. You have to deploy the SQL Server. So I'm going to go to my virtual machines there in your first name VM2 SQL. My first machine is here, and through this username, so I'm just going to go for your first name SQL admin and the password. So I'm logging into my first SQL machine. Oh, okay, I'm already actually logged in from the first one. Okay, so this means that I don't need to log in. And the second one I'm already logged in as well. So that's, if I go to the local server, this is your first name VM2 SQL, and if I go to the first one, this is your first name VM1 SQL. So the second one is this. And here I just need to initiate the process of second SQL instance, which is a totally independent SQL server, but sharing the same hardware. Excuse me. So other than that, so well, not other than that, I'm just going to start that deployment now. So how do we start the deployment? Obviously, you need to have that machine, the ISO of the SQL Server available. So I'm just going to click that yellow folder here in second SQL Server. We're already one SQL Server virtual machine, second virtual machine, which already has one SQL instance. So I'm just going to go there, and there I see that the ISO of SQL Server is available. I'm just going to double click that, and it is mapped to the DVD drive of this second virtual machine here in Azure. And then I'll just simply start that setup again. So that setup will, or is supposed to detect that there already is a SQL Server installed in this machine. So it does start the same way that the first SQL instance started, and there's a planning, and we went through all these links already. I'm going to go to this installation area, and then I'm going to go for new SQL Server standalone installation or add features to an existing installation. So not only that, we can start this wizard and come to this installation to add extra features for the currently installed SQL Server, but we can install a totally new instance of SQL Server as well. So I'm just going to click that new SQL Server standalone installation or add features. And rule check in progress, and then scan for product updates, download setup files, extract. So it's just checking all the installation prerequisites, and also just preparing for the deployment of SQL Server second instance. Okay, so here I see already that perform a new installation of SQL Server 2016 or add features to an existing instance of SQL Server 2016. So later I'm going to show you that how to do that as well, and what kind of feature we can install. And so when there will be two instances in one virtual machine available, then you will be able to understand then how to really install the new features to any of the instance in the same hardware. So right now, perform a new installation of SQL 2016. That's what I'm going for, and clicking next. And it says evaluation. Okay, and next. And then I accept the license terms and next. So this is the page where it says that all where do you want to install the second instance. So in this particular independent SQL Server instance, that is obviously not related to the first one, except for that the first SQL instance and the second SQL instance are sharing the same hardware. Other than that, they're totally different instances. So SQL Server replication, which I did not select before, I'll just later we're gonna add that. But data quality, in fact, let me just select the SQL Server replication as well, and full text and semantic extractions. Other than that, I'm not adding those extra analytical and reporting services there yet. This is instance features or instance. Suppose you decide to install third instance SQL Server in the same SQL Server. So already first one is there, second one is there. So instance level feature you have to select, and then there are shared features. So those shared features obviously are shared with the first SQL Server instance and now the second SQL Server instance. But what are the specific features you want deployed, components deployed for the second SQL Server? Suppose I did not select the replication in the first one, but I'm selecting the replication in the second one, right? So we can just have those features selected there. I'm just gonna make this window bigger. And about the shared features, whatever we selected already, it detects that automatically. And these are shared features. So these data quality, client tools connectivity, and client tools backwards compatibility are all already detected and selected for this second instance on the same virtual machine as well. So other than that, if I want to detect or select something, then I can. I don't have to. So for now, and then I'll just go ahead with this selection. But before going ahead, obviously, I have to check out one more thing in this second machine. Do I have separate disks? So if I go to this PC here, and yes, I have for database separate disk and log file separate drive here, so which is okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep this, but guys, so this would be our, actually the instance name is not showing anywhere here. Okay, at the summary of this we can just take a screenshot at that time or before that. So for this we have selected, in fact the selection has to be taken as a screenshot. So this will be screenshot number 4, guys. Take a screenshot here, screenshot number 4, screenshot number 4. So this is second instance feature selection, second instance feature selection. So please take a screenshot here, please take a screenshot here, take a screenshot here, second instance feature selection. So second instance feature selection, and I'm just gonna go for then taking a sample screenshot now. Hopefully you've taken the screenshot with your name in the background, and I'll just go for this much and take that screenshot and put it there. So screenshot number 4 now. Excuse me. For second instance feature selection, and second instance feature selection. Hopefully you've taken the screenshot, and don't tell me. I think again too many applications may be open, and then it has again started doing this. Okay, I'll close all that. Taking too much memory. And yeah, there is a big browser open. I'll just close it all. Okay, I'll try to take the, what's the screenshot name? Yeah, screenshot name is this, second instance feature selection. Second instance feature selection. And now I'll just take that screenshot again. Hopefully now I have freed up some enough memory there for the clipboard to save it. Okay, so yeah, then there's a snipping tool. I'll try that. Really. Oh, I'll quickly go for the. Okay, not good. I'll just open a page on the other side in OneNote. Okay, so my my own screenshotting ability is again not is gone. So I don't know why. Too much memory I think is consumed. So guys, take a screenshot. Hopefully you have taken the screenshot of this screen. And oh yeah, one thing I can do is just take a screenshot of my cell phone, and later I'll upload that. Just give me a sec. Okay, got it. Oh yeah, I can do one more thing here with my cell phone. Just give me a sec, guys. My screenshot name and wow, that was a blurred screenshot, but okay, there you go. So Paul has already. Thank you. Screenshot 4, and that's I'll just put that name there. Second instance selection. So let's go ahead. Reply privately now. So I just need to put the title there. Oh man, sorry guys. Apply. Okay. So I'll just go ahead now, and once this second instance feature selection is done and screenshot taken, so I'm just gonna click next, and once we click next, it's just going ahead with, there are some feature rules, then there's instance configuration. Now it's asking for the name of the instance, and that's where you can just give another name for this particular instance. I'm just gonna go ahead and so suppose it's well, MS SQL, and then you can go for your first name here, and underscore second instance ints. Okay, that's good enough. So MS SQL, your first name, second ints. You know what? We can just make it your first name second instance fully instead of putting that second ints, whatever it can allow us now. Instance. There you go. So your first name underscore second instance. So it's going to show in the services of this operating system as well, this name, or anywhere else where you want to see the name of the instance, obviously. So you have selected that name here, and some shared components. So once you give that name, okay, I need to click here in instance ID as well. As soon as you click here in instance ID, it automatically detects that name you gave up there, and also that the path of this application where the SQL Server is being installed right now. Now we haven't gone. Yeah, if I see the drives, remember that in Exchange Server or Mail Server, we had a separate RAID 1 based volume just for the application, and then separate volumes for database and logs. So here, yeah, I didn't create that RAID 1, but that strategy should be the same for to deploy any application, that it should be under RAID 10 volume or RAID 6 volume, RAID 5 volume, RAID 1 volume. So here it's just being installed in C drive, but the strategy you already know how to really implement that. Just create RAID 1 and give it a drive letter E, suppose, next available, and then give the path of that application on that other drive other than C. So obviously in a production environment we would go we would never install this on C drive, but here it's a test environment, so I'm just gonna keep it like that, unless if it shows an option in ahead, then we can even try to install it in a separate drive. I'm gonna click that next, now after selecting this instance ID, okay, so this is where we remember that we were giving the SQL server. So which user account should have full privileges to run the component SQL Server agent, and especially the SQL Server database engine. That's pretty much everything about SQL Server, the database engine. And agent is the scheduler of tasks and also helps in backup. So this second instance related account, it's asking for that what do you want there. So NT service is a local one, but if we can give that same account for the domain admin, then that particular account will have all the access in this second instance as well. We're going to log in. We are already logged in from that domain admin account here as well. If I just click that and hover my mouse here, so yes, that's a your first name admin SQL. That's a domain admin account. So in production environments, normally what you do is you create a separate account dedicated for just this SQL server. So I'm just going to go down, just click that, and then and click that again, and then click browse here. So and then your first name admin SQL. So that's, and I'm going to check name here. So from the second virtual machine, it's going to go over the network to the Active Directory and confirm that if this account is there. So I'm just going to click check name. If it underlines, obviously this means it is good. And then I'm just going to press OK here. And I'm going to say that, hey, this account, I'm giving full rights on the second instance's database engine as well. So I'll just click that and browse here as well. Your first name, admin, check name, it cross checks that. Then I need to give the passwords here as well. So it's a class password I'm using. So and now why is it on manual and why it is on automatic, the database engine service? So database engine service is pretty much the whole SQL server that it's running, but SQL Server agent by default is always shut down. You can just change it to automatic if suppose you're doing a lot of scheduled tasks, maintenance tasks, or any other scheduled tasks running, then you can enable that. Otherwise, normally it's disabled. So I'm just going to go for that. So how do we see 123.123. And then grant perform volume maintenance task privilege to SQL Server Database Engine Service. This privilege enables instant file initialization by avoiding zeroing of data pages. This may lead to information disclosure by allowing deleted content to be accessed. So you're just saying that, hey, whatever content is not needed, hey, SQL Server Engine, why don't you just delete it on our behalf? Normally, you can just do it yourself as well. There are many other options there where you can specifically do it from a account instead of automatically doing that, letting database engine do that. So we don't need to click that now. If we have given the proper credentials there, then click next. Okay, so here it's just saying that, hey, you want Windows authentication mode or mixed mode, SQL Server authentication and Windows authentication. So Windows authentication, obviously, this means that whichever is a logged in account right now will get full access to this second instance of SQL Server. So I'm going to click that, add current user. So it does not have to be an Active Directory user. It can be a local user created in this second machine as well. For now it's the Active Directory top account. So if you've clicked that add current user, then click next. So, well, this is our screenshot number 5. Excuse me. So this is our screenshot number 5, summary of second SQL instance. So, well, it can also be called installation summary or just summary of second SQL instance. So go ahead and take a screenshot of this page. So I'm just oh, there you go. Thank you, Paul. So it's summary of second SQL instance. So if you have taken a screenshot here and that screenshot is there already, screenshot 5, so I'm just gonna click. Well, oh, okay, I need to put that there as well. So screenshot 5 equals summary of second SQL instance. I'll just put this here. Oh, there you go. Thank you. So here I'll just go ahead and enable my machine. I don't know what happens here. Too many things open, so it does not save anything in the clipboard. Okay, let me just go back and click the install button here. So it should not take a lot of time. So I'm just going to click the install button. So there's a screenshot already. The sample screenshot is also there. Excuse me. And well, yeah, so the second instance is installing. While this is installing, there are other areas of configurations as well. So first of all, while the installation is going on in the second server, so there's a second instance being installed right now, but we do have Ssms installed in the first server, and obviously the client is installed in the second server as well. So now the second server is really busy doing its installation, and we can launch the Ssms within this server and connect from this client to our first machine. But Ssms also takes its CPU and RAM. So how about if we can connect from server 1 to that server 2 first instance? So the second instance being installed, so the first instance is already installed, obviously, so we were able to connect that before as well. And we can explore some of the features of SQL Server by connecting to the second instance. Oh, sorry, first instance. Okay, so sorry. Now I'm going to start that Ssms in server 1 and I'll try to connect from there to the first instance, which already is its link is already there. Not only that, but we need to, or I need to also introduce the third SQL server here, because there are many advanced services that require us to have another SQL server. In Exchange server or mail server, we only have like DAG to explore, and then we're going to go to Office 365 Exchange Online to go through all the features which we can all do together. But here in this lab is bigger, and server 3 we need to have another member server, and that member server will have, you can install here also more than one instance. We don't need to, because we just need to know once how to install a second instance on a same hardware or same virtual machine. So one instance of SQL here as well on a separate server, and then we can go for some advanced features like mirroring and replication, and then there is always on. That is actually on top of failover cluster, so that itself Normally when we used to have those when we were in the class before the COVID, so we were using their powerful desktops there. So I would simply shut down these two machines and create two new machines, because failover cluster itself is a complicated configuration that offers the failing over of any application on one server. Suppose the whole server goes down, you fail over the service on that server to the other one which is on standby. So first failover cluster has to be configured, and then always on top of that. So it's pretty complicated, but obviously that's what our objective is, that we get to do that. So this means that I will have to simply shut down these two machines and start two more at that time. So right now I still need to get the second machine up and running, but we can do that even after the midterm or any other time. And I do have enough time actually to introduce that second machine, so we could go for some more advanced labs sooner. So guys, what I will do is I'll just go for the third machine having second SQL server. And the good thing is, well, that the second SQL server does not need the first SQL server to be on, unlike in mail server, where you have Exchange server organization installed in the first server, and the second Exchange server installation needed to detect that Exchange organization to join that server. Now this SQL server is a totally separate, independent, standalone installation. There is no central grouping of SQL servers yet during the installation. When you separately install a SQL server, independently separately installed, after that you can connect the two servers with a SQL browser service. So SQL browser service helps multiple SQL servers connect to each other over the network. So that SQL browser service obviously is part of every SQL installation. So over the network, if they need to detect each other, so during the installation they don't have to. It's just later you want to connect, then we'll do that as well. So for now, I need to quickly deploy the second one. Just like in mail server, I deployed the third virtual machine with the second Exchange server. I need to deploy for advanced features the third virtual machine now, and a second SQL server here as well. So I'm just going to go ahead quickly while it is being installed on the second one. Hopefully George Brown doesn't mind me eating up more of the CPU and RAM, hence the billing is going faster now. So I'll just go for the third one here, and so no kidding, you can see that it's already done. And as I was saying, that it's not going to take that much time, the second instance. So it is done. Why it took very less time? Because the shared features don't have to be installed again, while the instance level features only were installed. So that's why it took very less time. The first SQL server, the shared features were supposed to be installed as well, which were also very small, sized features. Alright guys, so that would be our screenshot number 6, and the title would be second instance installed successfully. Screenshot number 6, second instance installed successfully. Screenshot number 6. So take a screenshot here, guys. Go ahead and take a screenshot here. Second instance installed successfully. So screenshot number 6. I'm just gonna hopefully you've taken a screenshot here, so I'm just gonna go to the OneNote. Second instance installed successfully, and wow, Paul, thank you. So well, the sample screenshot is there with the title. So screenshot 6, second instance installed successfully. I'm just gonna go to OneNote here, and just put it here as well. Screenshot 6. Second instance. I'll just add the words of SQL. If you didn't add, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Second instance of SQL installed successfully. Okay, so and sample screenshot is there on WhatsApp. So let's go ahead and yeah. So now, according to the plan, and very crucial for the advanced features to be discovered and explored and understood. So well, we need to go for this third SQL server as well. Now we do have two SQL instances here. Can't mirroring really work between the two here? And can't the replication work between the two? So there can be a database of first SQL, and then there could be a database of a second SQL as well, right? So and they can do mirroring, they can do replication as well, and they can, well, actually the third one is not possible because it needs two servers. But even with the mirroring and replication, the problem with that is, why would you want to mirror in the first place? If the first one is not available for some reason, then the second one could take over and the users could connect to that. So because the two instances are on the same server here, that's why if you lose a server, so this mirroring and replication on the same server between the two instances then is of no benefit. Both are down if the whole server goes down. So normally the benefit is when you have two separate virtual machines having mirroring available. So second instance being on the first machine would be having its own security boundary here. Suppose you wanted to add some databases for sales department here, and then you wanted to have databases added for marketing department, and this machine is really good, maybe 32 core processor and 1 terabyte RAM, and SAN disks are available, SSDs, high quality. So that's why you wanted to have two departments machine databases here because of the good performance. So that would be one reason for putting the second instance on the same virtual machine. Otherwise, we're normally, obviously, we go for another separate virtual machine. So if this whole server goes down, the second machine could take over. Okay, so that's why it's really crucial to have the second machine. Now I'm just going to go ahead and create that quick second. This would be our third instance. This means, but it's going to be on a separate server altogether. So if I go back here, first of all, so you know what, I should start the installation because that's going to take time, and then we can explore, hey, how does it look like with the second instance here already. So obviously you need to connect to both instances in the Ssms with the credentials here. So I'll be connecting that, but let me just initiate that installation of the third virtual machine and deploy the SQL server there. So by the end of the class, so I would have that SQL server available while we explore the two instances, how they're configured, how do we access them as well. So the bastion is created already for this whole VNet. So all I need to do is just add a third virtual machine here with the same configurations. So when I say same configurations here, so that I also need to check. So in the networking, I just need to check that I'm using my first name vnet-SQL, and in overview, I need to check that which resource group I was using. So okay, I'll just make a duplicate of this so I could come back and check the information. So I could quickly deploy as third instance or on a second virtual machine. Well, pretty much on third virtual machine. But a second, well, it's going to be third instance now. So I'll just quickly go here, home, go to SQL virtual machines, and virtual machine, you can name VM3 SQL. So I need, oh, okay, so first of all, it's still sticking to Canada Central while I have my resources on East US. And I don't want to be on Azure for students, so I'll go for pay as you go and East US, and then I see all my groups there. So that was our SQL. I don't have any other SQL, right? Okay, so I'll just quickly go for all the configurations here. Your first name VM3 SQL. Your first name VM3 SQL. Anyone doing it on VMware Workstation, yeah, you can just follow along as well. So that's the name, East US. No availability in production environment. I would go for availability set at least. And here image is Windows Server 2016 Gen 1, and not going for Spot instances, and size is E2S. If I go for D2S, so E2S is 16 GB actually, and D2S is 8 GB. But does it let me? Yes, it lets me. So I'm just gonna go for, again, your first name SQL. So that's the local user account. I'm not adding the domain administrator account here as a local user account as well, so it has to be just different spellings. And then the class password, and so yes, I just want RDP there. In fact, I will just try to check that in the first virtual machine, and second in the networking, what kind of VNet was there. So all traffic allowed, ICMP was allowed, and default RDP. So this means that I need to connect to a specific network security group here. I need to connect to the network security group, your first name VM1 SQL NSG. If I go to the second machine, what security group it is connected to, I'll just check it out. Your first name VM1 SQL NSG. Okay, so I need that same security group here as well. So these ports would be open automatically for this third machine as well. So I'm going to go back to this. I'll click none to the RDP here because later I'm going to select the SQL Server. So I'll click disks here. Nothing in the disks, it's premium already. Although just for saving money, I could go for standard SSD as well. So I'll click networking here. In the networking, it detects that VNet, and it detects the subnet. That's the only subnet we have. Other one is actually Bastion, which we don't need. And then there is public IP there, but I need to go for network security, and that is I'm going to click advanced, and there I need to select the same as is selected for all others, and that is your first name RG SQL. Oh no, it's the well, I'll just check it out. Your first name VM1 SQL NSG. Your first name VM1. So it's yeah, NSG. Okay. So guys, this is networking information is important. So let's take our screenshot number 7 here. So third VM, third VM networking configuration. So that would be the title, third VM networking configuration. So it's a screenshot number 7. Please take the screenshot number 7, guys. Take screenshot number 7. Third VM networking configuration.
Excuse me, is this screenshot 7?
Yeah, this is screenshot number 7. So screenshot 7 here. Oh, thank you, Paul. So that's already in WhatsApp. So third VM networking configuration is the title. So hopefully everyone has taken the screenshot here, and I'll go for the OneNote and put it there. Screenshot 7. equals and that is third VM networking configuration. Okay, so that's your third VM networking configuration, screenshot number 7, and I'll just put that back there. This is a screen for which we took the screenshot. Alright guys, so if you've taken the screenshot number 7 here, and I'll just go ahead, I'll click management, and nothing in management overall, and I'm just gonna click advanced. So in advanced, normally we just select the Gen 2, although for this particular lab and course we don't need those features. Even if Gen 1 you select is okay. But anyway, Gen 2, and click tags, and their name, and I'll just go for third VM for SQL Lab. Third VM for SQL Lab. So once that has been placed, I think I'm the only one doing this, so I'll go a bit quick. Review plus create. Now that's our 8th screenshot now, and that's the, I'm just gonna come down to the basics. So that's the third VM being created. So screenshot number 8, third VM being created. Screenshot number 8, third VM being created. 2 more left. So screenshot number 8, third VM being created. Third VM being created. Screenshot number 8, third VM being created, and I'll just, if you've taken the screenshot, I'll just go for that. Screenshot 8 equals third VM being created. Okay, third VM being created, and if the screenshot has been taken, then alright, thank you sir, and third VM being created, right? So let's go ahead, and I'll just click that create button here if everyone has taken the screenshot. So once it is created, it's going to start, and it's the same process of deploying the SQL server and its prerequisites. It doesn't have that many prereqs there, but I don't want to forget any of those. So if I go to think on the 5th one we were deploying that, I guess. So I'll just go for and SQL deployment, what we have done, yeah, and what else, Ssms, yep, and did we do anything else? Oh, okay, the 2 disks need to be deployed, doesn't have to be RAID, but if the high availability features will work, then the path has to be the same. This is the same for mail server, this is the same for SQL server as well when it comes down to databases. So there pretty much was no prereq other than just joining the machine to the domain and logging in from the domain administrator, and then creating 2 disks, which are one is databases and second is logs. Okay, if I go back, nope, no specific prereq. Okay, and other than that, these are the configurations we still need to do, and that's it. Okay, I'll just minimize that. Okay, it's oh, it's done. Wow, I don't know how come Azure is so fast. Otherwise Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start this machine. In fact, it is being started right now. So if I go to the other tab, and there are two machines here right now, I'll just refresh the whole page. And go from this portal menu to the virtual machines here. And the third machine is there now. So I'll click that third machine, which is already started. So by now it should be started already. So what I need to do is that I need to just join it to domain, restart, and then start the installation of SQL Server. I'm just gonna click that connect here, and I'll go Bastion, and that is the local SQL Server. So your first name SQL, because I haven't joined the domain yet with the same class password. Okay. Yes, discover within this VNet. So yes, I'll just put that, and then it's just starting for the server manager should be popping up. Yep, there you go. So all I need to make sure is that I need to turn off the firewalls and then try to connect to the other server. So if I go to the other machine, and I'm already logged into the other machine where the SQL Server is done, and I'll check my Ethernet here for this because I need to join the third machine to the domain as well, and this is Azure. So did I do anything? No, I didn't. So we just connected to the correct subnet and network, and so this means that NSLOOKUP should give me the correct reply here. If I go to the third machine, second machine, so this is the third machine. Okay, I'll put it as third here. Okay, so I'll just go local server here. I need to turn off the firewalls within this VNet, and it's not joined to the domain yet. That's the first thing. Second thing, I need to turn off the IE enhanced configuration security because I need the Chrome or Edge anytime. And third thing is, yeah, the power management was already taken care of by Azure. So I'll just check it out if in command prompt admin that NSLOOKUP is giving me the correct DNS server here, because in the VNet we configured that DNS, so it's going fine. In the VNet we told that, hey, use the local DNS. So anyway, this is good. So it looks like the machine is ready to join the domain. The first machine obviously has to be started, which is, so VM1 is started, and the domain name is your first name SQL.local. So I'll just go back here, group, work group, change, and domain, and your first name SQL.local, and the username, password, your first name, admin SQL as the domain admin account, and the class password. Okay, that's it. So once it restarts, then I'll just reconnect. So I'll just give it enough time that it would have restarted by that time. So so I don't have to go away from the screen. I can just click the reconnect, thinking that okay, by this time it would have restarted. Well, maybe by this time. So reconnect. Yep, back. So serious. I need to sign out and just sign in from the domain admin account, so I could just log in from that account. So sign out, and I'll just close this and connect again to this. So now I need to log in from my domain admin account, your first name admin SQL, and okay, so once logged in from the domain administrator, then I'll just simply need to deploy SQL. Obviously, I need to either download SQL or copy SQL from this machine. Now, this is not a local VMware workstation, but can I just drag it? It's the same VNet, right? So just testing it here. If the VNet will let me just copy paste between the two machines within the same VNet, otherwise I'll just download it quickly. Obviously not. Okay, so well, I can connect to this machine over the network. It's still the local network, so I'll just quickly go for this. It's IP because I'm logged in from the same username, so I can just grab the C drive, C $sign here. Oops, not here. I'll just grab this IP here, 10409, and go to the other machine, run, and 10.4.0.9 /C $. So I could go directly to the C drive of this machine if, yep, there it is. Okay, and then it's in the downloads folder of the logged in user. So obviously I'll go to the users, and then which user I'm logged in from. I know that it's your first name admin SQL, and then downloads here. And well, that's pretty much everything that I would need there. So okay, I'll just copy this first of all and go to the local download folder here, paste. Does it take forever? No. It's a local transfer within the VNet or local LAN there in Azure Cloud, the private network between two machines, so it should not take forever. Okay. So while this is going on, I'll just go for the second one. Oh, it's taking too much time. I don't want to slow down the first one. Wow, really? You have to wait here? Kidding me? Okay. Okay. We're copying. This is all I need later. There was a big AdventureWorks and there was a small one I'll just copy all. Okay, so I'll just simply start this SQL Server configuration. I don't remember why Chrome was there. I think, yeah, to download the Ssms from. So okay, so I'll start the SQL Server here as well. So 2 instances in one SQL and just 1 instance in another. So in one virtual machine, 2 instances of SQL and 1 instance in the other virtual machine. I'm going to click installation and go over the same steps. Evaluation, next. So at the summary, we'll take a screenshot of that. Accept the license terms, next. Update to check. Okay, so it's gonna, well, yeah, it's the initial, it's not like a second instance that has a lot of stuff already deployed because of the first instance, and second would just install right away. Okay, so it says firewall is open. Yes, the domain firewall is open because we joined the domain. So I'll just go quickly and press OK to that. Go down here, rerun this. So now it's asking, hey, what do you want? What services you want? So I'll just go for the same one here. Data quality. And down here we went for client tools, integration services. That's it. I just selected backward compatibility, but I don't need integration services. Okay, so data quality. Okay guys, so I'll just select this and then click next. That's it. So on the summary, we'll just take a screenshot here. The default name of the instance is always MS SQL Server for the first one, unless you want to change that. So it's just the default SQL Server name, which is okay. Next. So then when we remotely connect the 2 SQL servers together, instances from different machines, so we just need to know that which one we actually connected. So here, integration services. Okay, that's what I added extra. Sorry. So I'll just go back because later when we need any service, we're gonna one by one add that. Just what we need. So to make the machine also lighter. Okay. Can I just? Yeah. So I'll unselect integration services. Next. So guys, my suggestion would be okay. So I'm already there. So let me just quickly get over with this. So this is the same account that had full access to the first and second instance on the second virtual machine, and then that's the same account that has full access. We can give different accounts full access as well, but I'm just giving the same account, so we could concentrate more on features rather than who connected where, and then some surprise errors as well. So I'll check name here. So it's the same domain admin account that I'm adding to this overall third instance SQL. And giving the class password here. That's it. Next. Go. And it's a logged in credential, and it's the domain admin that I'm logged in from. Next. So guys, this would be our screenshot number 9, and the 10th would be when it is successfully installed. So screenshot number 9 is this. So it's the third instance on third virtual machine. third instance on third virtual machine. So screenshot number 9, third instance on third virtual machine. So please take a screenshot here, take a screenshot here, take a screenshot here. Third instance on third virtual machine is the title. Third instance on third virtual machine. If you've taken the screenshot already, thank you, sir. I'll just third instance, so screenshot 9 here, screenshot 9, third instance on third VM. Okay, screenshot 9, titles there, and WhatsApp as well. So I'll just simply go ahead and deploy this. So it will take a bit longer time here to get deployed because it's deploying the shared features as well as the instance feature, but not as much as the Exchange server took for its deployment. Now while this is going on, I'm just gonna go to the machine number 2 here, where we have our 2 SQL servers. So there's a question there, can we log in with both SQL server at the same time on second machine? Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna show you now. So yes, we can log in from both SQL instances from one Ssms. So I'm on the second machine where the SQL server instance number 2 is already deployed successfully, and I'm going to close that on server 2. On server 3, the installation is still going on. On server 2, it was already installed, the second instance. So I'm just going to close that, and I'll just close this screen as well, and I'm going to go for the Ssms here, SQL Server Management Studio. So with one Ssms, you can actually connect to 3 instances or 30 instances at the same time as well, and then it becomes a central dashboard for you to really manage all the instances from one Ssms. So that's really cool feature of Ssms. Kingsley says, I missed the 9th screenshot. Yikes, Kingsley. I already clicked install here, so I can't go back there, but you can see from WhatsApp, and you can just click that screen bigger and take that screenshot with your name in the background. So SQL Server Management Studio. So other than that, we will try to make this possible, hopefully in next 2 weeks, to get a machine and then let all the students connect to one instance of SQL Server. So let me check from Azure as well. In AWS, I hope everyone has the full account, some don't. Okay, so here it shows me that there's this SQL 2 here, server name, your first name, VM2 SQL, and there is that your first name VM2 SQL here, and there's a browse for more written here as well, right? Authentication, and there is also normally database engine, analysis services, integration services, Azure, SSIS. But if you go for browse here, if I go down here, so there's a database engine showing here. So if I see the database engine, so there you go, you can see your second instance here as well. You want to connect to the first instance first, or you want to connect to the second instance first, whichever. So suppose I do say that no, I'm just going to connect to the first instance first, then later I'm going to connect to the second instance as well. So I'm just going to click that connect button, choosing the first instance, which we were able to connect before as well. So once we are connected here, I'll just try to connect to the second instance on the same machine, second server 2 machine. I just need to click the connect and then here database engine. So because the second instance's database engine is what we want to connect to, obviously, well, that is all SQL Server. So I'm just going to click that, and it comes back popping up again, and then now we can go browse for more. Here it says, oh, okay, so you're actually going for a separate database engine now. Yes, it's the second instance's database engine that I want to connect to. So once we select like this, then we can press OK, and it looks like this now. That on the same, so machine name backslash the second instance name and connect. So now we're connected to the second instance as well. That's how we connect. And when the third instance is done, obviously we need to connect it to this Ssms. So that third instance has to be detected over the network, and for that there's a browser service that needs to be enabled in both the second virtual machine SQL server and the third virtual machine SQL server. There's a service called SQL browser service that needs to be enabled on both sides for them to discover each other over the network. The SQL server can discover each other over the network with the help of a service called browser service. I'm just going to click on the second one, and it's pretty much there. I guess. So back on machine 2, we're connected to 2 instances, and you can see then that if I expand that, the databases are there in the first instance of the second virtual machine, and but if I go there, I didn't create any extra databases there in the second instance SQL server on the second virtual machine. So well, and for we can create database here, and that has to follow the same best practices that the database. So the databases of the second instance need to be also on separate drives. The log files and the database files need to be on a separate drive for that as well. So when I create the databases here, obviously, then we're gonna we can even try the replication and mirroring service here as well, just to check how those services work. But obviously the benefit would be if you have it across the network on another machine. So there you go. And the machine, so third instance installed successfully. That's the screenshot number 10. Take a screenshot, guys. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot, guys. Third instance installed successfully. Take a screenshot. Third instance installed successfully. Take a screenshot here. So I'll go for the screenshot name here. Screenshot 10. Third instance installed successfully. Third instance, thank you, sir. Instance installed successfully. So that's the third instance, but well, we need to discuss some of the features here because we need to discuss the configuration manager as well, and that is also a bit longer topic, and then we need to check out the browser service there as well. So that's why what we can do is we can keep the screenshots up to 10 screenshots here. But ultimately, obviously, we need to see the third instance adding here as well. For that, we need to do some extra steps and those need to be understood first. And then I need to create some databases here as well, and I need to add 2 disks in the third instance. So then we can go ahead and go deep down into databases and some tables as well, and we can also go ahead and go for some cross SQL configurations. So guys, other than that, after the reading week, we have our midterm, and the midterm are exactly the same scenario there for midterm that I just told you for the midterm of the COMP3114, uh, the mail server. So for the midterm for SQL also, after reading week, 25 questions, cannot backtrack, open book, 1 hour, and it's the class time. For this one, it would be 6 to 7, obviously. For mail server, it was. Okay, so where till where there will be 2 attempts. There will be 2 attempts, and if the question starts in our lab, this means where I'm referring to in our. So let me just put that in our GB. Okay, for COM3114 as well. So if there are any questions, let me know. And midterm exam info. So I'll just go for, so after reading week, 25 questions, cannot backtrack. You cannot go back once you click next. Okay, so there's a question there. In a production environment, can you just use network drives to store the databases on? Yes, Paul. In fact, this is critical. It is crucial to have the LUNs, or logical unit numbers, or SAN shared disks to be attached, and the databases stored on top of that. So I'll be showing another lab, small lab, where we're going to, in Exchange server as well as in SQL server, we're going to be installing a software SAN, and then converting the disks to iSCSI, and then sharing over the network to the 2 SQL servers and 2 Exchange servers. So yes, but it's critical. In fact, in production environment, you will only find actually that the SQL server databases and mail server databases are on LUNs, logical unit numbers, or shared drives. So that's, yes, you're right, it's critical. Okay, 1, 4, and this would be 6 to 7. So guys, go ahead and upload your screenshots there in week 7. And oh, seriously, what am I doing? I already put that there. Okay. And questions will be coming from whatever we covered till now, and there will be 2 attempts, so don't go for the second attempt. You need to have a proof that you had an error. Marks will be only given for the first attempt, not for the second attempt. Second attempt is for emergency. Oh sir, my machine went down, or take a screenshot, you have your cell phones ready for taking a picture, but don't rely on the second attempt unless you have a proof of error for the first attempt. If the question starts with in our lab, this is the same thing. So this means that I'm asking about our lab configuration, what we did, and how was the lab configuration done. So, alright guys, any questions, let me know. Otherwise, upload your documents there, and see you after the reading week. And yes, we do have we can just check out if we can give access to a lot of students over. I'll try to check on Azure. Paul is also checking on his setup, and that's a very good idea. So I'll try to talk to college, so if we can have one database where everyone can connect, and with the Azure subscription, because it detects your subscription, then it doesn't let you connect. So I'll try to check out if 23 students can connect to 1, 2, or 4, 5 virtual machines there on my account. Gideon says, can you at least give us hints on the exams? Hints. Gideon, hints. Hints. What kind of hints? So, 25 questions. For example, SQL Server installation requires .NET Framework 4.7. True or false, right? So no, it does not require for so it's false, right? And I've given those examples before as well, and then I'm running out of questions then. Then what do I ask then if I give an example, all the current scenarios? But yes, there is a lot in the slides as well in terms of concepts. There's a lot discussion we did with diagrams. So I could put a diagram there. Okay, in this diagram, what do you see there in the left side in the machine? Was it installed because of this? Or I can just give a statement and you can just decide is it true or is it false. Oh, keep going. Okay. Good one. So yeah, so the examples are these, but it's gonna be covered. So it's just 25 questions. It's open book, right? And you guys are at home, right? So nobody's watching. That means so the thing is that it's just gonna be less time per question you will get. So good luck having open book feature there. And the questions anyone is getting, it's all mixed up, right? So if you're on fifth question and another one is on fifth question, both will have different fifth question, right? So that's why it's kind of your own, nobody's helping there. Obviously nobody's supposed to be helping. Yeah, open book are the most difficult exams, Gradient says. Hey, I thought you will be happy. Okay, so okay guys, upload this, have a nice reading week, do read something there, or just try to enjoy. And I'll try to come up for all the students to connect to my machine, my database, for single database based labs there. And we can share our findings on WhatsApp as well, group as well, that hey, I was able to find and 2 or 3 students have connected, or we can all try to connect during the reading week as well, just to connect and check and confirm if the settings are correct, right? All right, thank you everyone. Bye bye. See you next week, and please upload your slide and do follow up with what's in the slide, what was in the 4-hour torture video, and yeah, and have that Control F feature handy. Okay, I should not be saying that. Yeah. Okay, guys. So bye bye. See you, and please do repeat those labs wherever you can. All right. Alright, so I'll stop the video now.